Hey everybody, welcome to my channel. As the name implies, this is the place where I highlight the brilliance of others and you and I learn together. So a couple years ago I picked up VBA in order to automate Excel. Recently, however, I've been learning Python using the Pandas library. After converting an Excel table into a Pandas data frame, I realized that I needed to adjust all the column names by adding an M to the beginning of each name. I fell back into my old VBA habits and produced this code. Although this code works, it's too much code simply to adjust the column names. So I turned to the Reddit community at LearnPython for help. The moment I posted my question and my code, I received extremely helpful feedback. A notable example here is from Erlet, who helped me understand the coding pattern I was using. To give credit where it's due, Flashdesteinmetz, whom I will refer to in the future as Mason, provided the simplest and most direct answer. His solution isn't a loop at all. Rather, it's the add prefix method provided by Pandas. Honestly, I have no idea how this code works, but it's awesome. It's everything we want code to be. It's concise, it's easy to read, it's effective. I think anyone, at a glance, can understand what add prefix is going to do, and if I were on a coding team, that's the code I'd want to see. That said, there was another answer which I felt like I learned the most from. It challenged the logic behind my methodology, and it'll be the focus of the video going forward. That code is Kami2's list comprehension. Like my own code, a list comprehension is a loop, but it prevails in several ways where my own solution lags behind. Just like the add prefix method, it solves the problem in a single line. Second, while perhaps not as readable as the add prefix method, it's far more readable than my own. And third, between the three methods employed, it's the fastest. Actually, if we're going to start talking about speed, then I think we need to examine how the list comprehension does its work. Let's start with a step-by-step breakdown of my own code and use that as a framework for understanding. So in my own code, step one for me is I get the list of the old names and I store them as a Python list. And then I shove that list into a variable. Step two, I initialize an empty list which will host the new names later. Step 3, I utilize a for loop to iterate over every name in the list. Step 4, I concatenate that m underscore at the start of each name for every pass of the loop. Step 5, I add the modified name to the empty list, which I created in step 2. And then step 6, finally, I replace the old names with the new names. And honestly, isn't that laborious? Look how intensive all that is. It's kind of insane if you ask me. At any rate, this is where Kami2's list comprehension breezes in and offers its wit with all the punch of a great joke. mtable columns already calls a list of the column names. There's no need to create a new list. This fully replaces my step one. The assignment operator itself becomes the replacement for my step 6. The brackets indicate that the end product is going to be a list, which basically replaces my step 2 and my step 5. Here, you can see the same kind of modification as found in my step 4. It's maybe the only thing I've done right. And then finally, you can see the loop, which replaces my own step 3. If list comprehensions are still beyond you, as they are basically for me, fear not. For this particular use case, you can still rely on the add prefix method, or, as Mason also points out, the add suffix method. These are the canonical solutions for Pandas. Now, as is common with coders, many will want to know, which is the fastest code? As I've already said, Kami2's list comprehension was the clear winner. I have no idea how, but somehow my own ITM code came in second. and Mason's add prefix method came in third. Alright guys, that's all I've got for today. I'm enormously grateful to Mason for providing the clearest and most direct answer, to Kami2 for providing the excellent answer that challenged my logic with his list comprehension, to Erlet for the outstanding explanations given, and to Kerbart for doing the speed test on our code. Thanks for watching everybody, and I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye-bye.